Hello, our speaker today is Dennis Leonhardt. We are the B&I Marketeers, meeting at the Fullerton Meridian Club every Thursday for lunch at 11:30 a.m. A group of business professionals with goals and direction, and most important, by giving referrals to our members to help our business and our chapter membership. When you give it out in slices, it comes back in loaves.
I like to use the platter illustration. Now, I'll be honest, it was about 6 years ago that I sang with the platters. There's only one platter still of the original that's left, but it kind of tells me the age of the group. If you know who the platters are, you're not a spring chicken. So, that gives me the group demographics. By the way, anybody been to MSP in the last 3 months? Excellent. You guys probably know the answer to this question. What is the reason we use bios? There's 2 reasons.
About yourself and your background?
True, but if you were speaking, would you be nervous to get up in front of people and speak? Most people? Sure. So it's going to warm up the speaker. Who else does it warm up? It warms up the group. Now you know a little something about me, and you can say, well, he doesn't look so bad. Maybe he is human after all. So we're going to have fun today. We're going to do this thing called reciprocity ring, and just so that you know, it was put together by a company called Humanics Corporation. It was a venture that Dr. Ivan Meisner met with Humanics people. They came to an agreement. We can use this system. It is an excellent system for helping us to narrow down and make very specific requests for referrals. What do you suppose the benefit of this would be for us? By the way, this is group participation, and it'll even be more participation on your part in the very near future. Why do you suppose this is going to benefit us?
More referrals.
Absolutely, and more what kind of referrals?
Quality business.
Closed business quality referrals. The difference between a referral and a lead is we have a better expectation on a referral that we're going to actually get business out of it than a lead. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so the idea is that we want to learn how to ask the right questions of our group so that they can identify who would be a great referral for us. Who's the best person to tell us about your business? Well, you are. You are, hopefully. If you aren't, you shouldn't be here. So, if you know your business the best, then who takes responsibility for teaching the rest of the chapter how to bring business to you?
I do.
We do, right. That's the word. I am and I do were what I was hoping to hear, but that's great. As long as you buy in to some degree, and I realize you're eating, so this could be part of the reason for the lower responses. I know that. That's what we really want to do. We're going to look at how we can ask for a specific request, and what I'm going to have you do, I'm going to give you instructions while you're eating, because pretty soon you'll be participating, so we'll get through the instruction part. You got a lot of these colored ones, but have we passed them out yet? Okay, good. We're going to pass out 2 different kinds of sticky notes. The Post-it notes, the yellow ones. Although that is a color, we're going to pretend that that's plain, okay? On that, what I'm going to have you do is to write your name, and don't fill anything in yet, because what we're going to do is we're going to have you make a specific request for what's going to be the ideal introduction for you, okay? And we'll go through an example before I have you do any of that. Then on the colored Post-it notes, you're going to hear from other people today who are going to make a specific request. And you're going to be able to say, gee, I know how I can help them. So I'm going to have you put your name on there along with the name of the person that it's going to. So their name on the colored one will go at the top. On the yellow one, your name goes at the top. Okay? And don't worry, I'll remind you as we keep going. And then you'll tell them how you can help them with their referral. But we'll go over that in just a second. Any questions so far? Okay, this is going to be funny. Hey, trust me. I can pick on you. All right.
Make sure everybody has a yellow.
We need a yellow sticky.
Oh,
you have
With
one.
our name at the top.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right. Have you given it out yet?
So it's kind of around. There's not enough for everybody. But it's
Okay. I'm not going to go through the disclaimer, but this is from the Humanics Corporation. We used to have you sign it. There was a place where there was to sign. Just so that you know, this is not something that you can reproduce and take elsewhere. There's two comments I always hear when I do one of these things. One is, can we do this again next week? The answer is, right. Why? By the way,
Know the punchline?
I firmly believe that you will not change your behavior unless you have a good reason to do so. You will continue doing what you've always done unless you have a good reason to change. Would you agree?
Yes.
All right. So when I say why, it's because if you don't know why, you ain't going to change nothing. Make sense? But if you know the why, you have now a new reason to do something different. So that's why I asked why. Now I forgot what was the question I asked why about.
Can we do this next week?
Oh yeah, can't do it next week, so we got that out of the way. The other thing that I always hear, and you will hear it too, and as much as you fight to not say it, because you will fight to not say it, because I understand human nature, you're going to hear this question and this response. The question is going to be, why haven't you ever told me you knew so-and-so? What do you think the response is?
You never asked.
Because you never asked. You've heard this before. Yeah. Well, it's true. You'll hear it again today, and it's a lot of fun. I've had some unreasonable requests for somebody who wanted to meet somebody very high profile. Oddly enough, somebody in the chapter was able to do that. Now, I'm going to teach you a little phrase. I'm going to teach you three things, hopefully. But this little phrase is kind of a neat one. You never know who you know knows. You never know who you know knows. Okay? Case in point, we used to have a director on our team. I don't know, Wendy, if we were on the team to know Alan Holst.
Yes.
Did you?
I wasn't the director.
But you knew Alan. Alan did a lot of training. Alan is an interesting individual. Have any of you ever met Alan? Okay, Alan is blind, so that would be the first thing that would set him apart from most people. And yet he would meet us at all hours of the day and night, which is kind of cool. But there's something unique about Alan. It's one of the examples that you never know who you know knows. Personal friend of Alan, go to his house in Huntington Beach, know him very, very well. He had to miss one of the director meetings a couple of years ago, and he says, hey, gotta miss the meeting. I said, okay, why? He said, well, I gotta go to Chicago. Okay, that's a good excuse, but why do you gotta go to Chicago? He said, well, Stevie Wonder wants me to collect an award for him because he's over in Europe at this time. He's personal friends with Stevie Wonder. Now, if I wanted to meet Stevie Wonder, all I gotta do is connect with Alan on the date that Stevie Wonder's gonna be over at his house. Cool? I don't really care that much about Stevie Wonder, but the truth of the matter is you never know who you know knows. So, we're going to have some fun with it. What I would like to do, Wendy, don't take it too much, I would like you, we've done this at the chapter that Wendy is actually a member in. Would you just say a couple of words once you cleared your mouth about
Certainly I would.
what you expect? I wanted you.
My favorite part of the whole process, and what it really comes down to is what I just said. You never know who you know knows. And that's something that I wrote down 3 or 4 years ago when you guys did this at our chapter, and it's something that I still have pinned on my wall in my office, written on the same sheet of paper. So this is a very powerful thought and a very powerful process, and it really teaches you to ask specifically what it is that you want, because you don't know what visitor might be in the room when you're asking for the specific thing that you want, what memory you might jog one of your members. But it's very, very powerful, and we're in for a treat.
Thank you, Wendy. I'm also going to give you something. By the way, I steal. I plagiarize horribly. I mean, if you've got a good idea and you tell me about it, I'll probably tell somebody else. And if I remember who gave it to me, I'll give you credit. In this case, I'm going to tell those of you guys who are in the insurance business, I stole this from a guy named Don Runchi. He is called the lead guru. Kind of a little cute double entendre there. And he taught me, any mathematician would do, if you've got a letter and it's got a number up in the upper right-hand corner of the letter, it's called p to the 6th power. What does that mean? P times P times P times 6 times, right? So I'm going to teach you another little phrase that he taught me that applies to everyone's business. I think you'll like it. So P to the 6th equals proper prior planning prevents poor performance. It's the 6 P's. Proper prior planning prevents poor performance. How can we relate that to today? In the future, when you bring a request in to your chapter, my hope and goal out of today is that you will have planned for what you're going to say next week before you get to the chapter meeting. Sound good? All right, let's get started. First of all, you got yellow slips. All right, everybody in your yellow slip. First instruction, put your name on the top. so everybody knows where we're going. By the way, we have a visitor today, right, Buddy? Two visitors. Who's the other visitor? Zubin?
Yes, yeah.
Very good. Very nice to have you here. This is not a typical chapter meeting, so that you both know. We're doing a very specialized training to do some help in helping this chapter to grow. So this is not normal. Okay, good. We got that part done.
Did everybody read the disclaimer? Every single word? I'm sure you did.
Yes.
You know,
Absolutely.
all it basically says is that you can't go out there and reproduce this for another group or anything like that. So, yeah, but we have to put it out there, especially since we're teaching.
All right, now I'm going to bait you guys. You got your yellow slips of paper. You got your name on it. Now I'm going to ask you guys to make a very specific request to meet somebody that can help you grow your business. Is that clear? Everybody knows exactly
Does it
what
have to be a person or can it be a professional?
It'd be better if it was a person, but it can be a profession. Good question. Why would it be better if it's a person?
Because I
It's
don't
more,
know.
it's more
Very
It's more
specific.
specific, yeah.
I'm going to show you something about that makes it a lot of fun. So I'm going to judge by when you're looking up that you're ready. By the way, I hope you have more than one piece of yellow paper available to you, because we'll probably revise your yellow piece of paper. Then just so that you know what the process is going to be, once we get your yellow paper down to a very specific request, Lem is going to come by and pick it up and we're going to put it on this board. So your name is going to be represented with a very specific request. The second part of this is going to be, we're going to go around and each of you have colored post-it notes. True?
No.
Not yet.
No. Okay, you will have colored post-it notes, and on that, what you're going to do is write if you can help that person with that request. Okay? How are we doing? Everybody got one?
Yeah.
Very, very good. Okay. Traditionally, I would start at the left and go around. You guys ready? I can start at the right. I can do things differently.
Either one's fine.
Okay, good. We'll start over here, then you look like you're already ready. So help me. What is your specific request?
Michael Morris from Minard and Morris Family Law.
Excellent. Is that a specific request?
Yes.
For a specific person, right? You know what he's in. What else do you know? Is he local?
Newport Beach.
Okay, that would be a great thing to add in Newport Beach, because what if we don't know? And, okay, let me ask you another question. Does anybody know Michael Morris? Now, here's where we're going to have that application, Jennifer, that I was talking about. If you don't know Michael Morris, how many people are familiar with his law office? One, over here. So if you don't know Michael, I'm assuming you don't. You don't know Michael. Do you know anybody in the law office?
I don't think so.
Okay. What kind of law is Michael Moore?
Family Law.
Family law. Is only Michael Moore your only request, or would any family law attorney be a good request?
Any family law. But you
Now-
should be specific.
Exactly right. Here's my point. What we don't know about your specific request is why you want him. So, if you say that he's a family law attorney, you may have said that and I might have
Yes,
missed it.
family
Okay,
law.
family law attorney in Newport Beach. Now, let me ask you guys this question. If you don't know Michael Moore, you don't know his practice, do you know a family law attorney in Newport Beach? Ah! So your response, you don't have to talk, I can see that you're chewing, I'll try not to be rude. Leanne says, I don't know Michael Moore, but I know John Smith, who is a family law attorney, and I know him personally and I could make a personal recommendation. Would that be a good referral for you?
Yes.
You see how this is going to work? Is that cool or what? And so it's, if you make a specific request, people may not know the exact person you're asking to meet, but they may know someone else who would also be a great referral for you. Let me explain to you how this works. Do we have a realtor in the room? Yeah. Okay, good. I don't want to offend you, Dean, so I'm going to do this as if I was the realtor, okay? I'm a realtor. I'm Doug Howard. I'm a realtor. And a great referral for me today would be anybody who wants to buy real estate. Who comes to mind? Nobody. Nobody. All right. Let's do it again. I'm Doug Howard. I'm a real estate professional. And a great referral for me today would be a young couple who live in Orange County, renting, and would like to own their first for me, it's my daughter and son-in-law. They're not newlyweds, but they live in Orange County. They'd like to buy their first home. They have the money to do it. They just haven't found one that they could do. So, and they need a creative mortgage person because she is, what do you call it? Like we are, independent consultants, and the income is only verifiable by tax from previous years.
Yeah.
So that's the issue that she has in buying a home. So, but does that make sense? Specific referral, specific request, and very easy to bring up referrals. Okay, great. So we've worked on yours a little bit. What is it? Read it back to us.
Michael Morris with Minard and Morris Family Law in Newport Beach.
Excellent. So let's put that one up on the board, and then we'll take that from you. Brandon, what is your specific request?
Her name is Sandy Dawn. She's the apartment manager / leasing agent at Springdale Villa in Huntington Beach.
Okay. Read that one more time.
Her name is Sandy Dawn. She's the apartment manager / leasing agent at Springdale Villa, Huntington Beach.
Okay. So now, the question is, does anybody know Sandy Dawn? Is anybody familiar with Springdale Villa?
Is it a senior or
So
normal people?
It's
Apartment complex.
Okay.
The one across from Bonds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now you guys have some inside information that me as an outsider. I had to know that Brandon is property and casualty agent. And so his reason for wanting that referral would be what?
What's to do with the insurance on the apartment?
What kind of insurance?
Commercial.
Sure, or liability. Very good possibility he wants to do both of those. Is this the only apartment complex? Do you guys know any other apartment complex? Do you know the manager of any other apartment complex? Would that be a good referral for you? See, if he can get a personal introduction to another apartment manager or lease manager for another complex, there's a possibility he could get involved in that process of bidding, because I imagine you have to bid along with other people for the business. So, keep that in mind when we're going around. Very good. I think that's specific enough that we all know exactly who you're looking for. Brittany, your turn.
I'm looking for Summer. I want to say her last name is Olnick. She's the owner of Pure Body Day Spa in Laguna Beach on South PCH, right by the Pavilion Shopping Center there.
Okay. It's a great, you guys are really good at this specific referral stuff, but I have to dig a little bit because your business is what again?
Skincare.
Okay, and why do you want to meet this person?
Because she has a small enough day spa and she doesn't have any type of retail product in her store yet. It's a great source of income for her.
How did you know that she didn't have any retail product in her store?
I went online.
You find that out online?
Oh yeah.
I'm old school. What can I say? Good job, good job. So she has identified a day spa that does not have retail product, and she wants to get her retail product in there. Now, you may not have any association with this particular organization, but do you ladies go to another stylist or another hair salon or another spa that you might be able to make that same recommendation to them? By the way, who else would recommend skincare?
Even your health, your doctor, your
Bingo.
Dermatologist.
Good, yeah. Dermatologist, who else that you don't really think about? And they specialize in this, by the way.
people that are super like nutrition conscious and like anybody who shops at Whole Foods or Mother's Market, things like that are super organic and natural, because the skincare line is catered for organic and natural products.
Excellent, excellent. Who else would, I'm just broadening the horizons here.
I'd be like an esthetician.
An esthetician, who else? Cosmetic surgeons.
It's over the counter.
Even a PTA mom.
Yeah.
PTA mom?
Your mother, your sister.
Yeah.
Sure.
In other words, not necessarily
It is
a
coming up.
profession, but
Exactly. So
Someone
why
that-
would she want an introduction to the spa?
sell the product.
Sell volume,
Volume,
right? Because the spa is going to have contact with more people.
right.
So if she could get you to refer other spas to her, she can do a lot of volume sales through one location. And if each of you knew of a location, that would increase her business tremendously, right? Excellent. So you may not, what was the name of that spa one more time?
It is Pure Body's Day Spa in Laguna Beach.
Ah, very good. So if you didn't know that one, but you knew another one, that would be something you want to write down. Okay.
I got something else to add to that. Anyone know somebody in or the director of MOPS in the local area?
Yeah.
Mothers
Anyone
and
know what
preschoolers.
MOPS is?
Yeah.
Mothers and preschoolers.
Mothers and preschoolers.
Oh, yeah.
least once a month and have a meeting, and they allow guest speakers to come in.
Alright,
You
there
know,
you
city
go.
and law.
Very, very good. Max, your turn.
Arch Kirkwood of AJ Kirkwood and Associates in Tustin. They're electrical engineers.
Okay, what do you do, Max?
We're working through health insurance.
Group health insurance. Why do you want to meet with this guy?
His broker is a workman's comp broker, and we had another account we took away from him because he was really managing badly. So we pretty much know that he's probably managing this account badly also.
Ah, so you have some inside information. That's a scary thing for inside information. Scary thing. So I'm just trying to relate. So read that one again.
Arch Kirkwood,
Okay,
who's the CEO of AJ Kirkwood and Associates
excellent. And he's where?
in Tustin.
In Tustin. Okay,
The
so
office, the buildings, I mean, their locations in Tustin.
now there is a reason why I'm asking location. Can anybody tell me why I'm looking for location? You have a license, right?
I do.
Are you licensed in all of the state or just part of the state?
Just it.
Are you licensed in any other state?
Our company is, so we can have broker license.
So my point is, he can work wherever he's licensed, right? So his request geographically would be where he's licensed. Would that make sense? Because could he get licensed somewhere else? He's already answered that. Sure, he could get licensed. Probably have to pay a fee to get licensed somewhere else. Maybe you have to take it to that stuff.
We can work anywhere in the US.
Nice, very nice. So are you building a business everywhere or just here?
In Southern California.
Okay, great. So he's looking specifically for somebody in Southern California. So that opens up the realm for us, right? If we don't know him specifically, Alex?
Arch Kirkwood.
Arch Kirkwood. If we didn't know Arch or him, his company, but we knew another one that's in the South California, Southern California,
Anywhere south of Bakersfield.
anything south, that's a big geography. Orange County is big enough for me. I don't know about you guys, but that would be a good referral for him. Make sense? Good. I think that's specific enough. And you got, is this done yet?
Yes.
All right. Perfect. You'll put that one up, sir. Leanne. Ooh,
Yes.
you got two. You right
I
there.
have
Good. I can read that.
I like to get the lead coming down here, so.
You guys are good.
I've got one specific and one area specific, so.
Okay. Legal Shield is. Tell me a little bit about Legal Shield.
It's a flat fee monthly to have access to a Navy-rated law firm.
Okay.
Has a host of other things that go with it, including identity theft.
Okay. And so, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for the HR director of all local sports venues. A perfect example would be Anaheim Stadium, Angel Stadium.
Read that for me one more time. I'm trying to.
The HR director of all local sports venues.
Is that specific enough?
No, because I think of the Anaheim Sports Complex, which is a basketball and volleyball complex. It's a big warehouse with about 30 courts.
So adopt professional.
Yeah. And pick one venue.
Okay.
Because I know Dodgers.
Well, that's the reason you pick one venue, because
Okay.
she may not know Anaheim, but she
Right.
knows Dodgers.
Right.
And her request to you would be, would Dodgers be a good one for you? And you would say,
Absolutely.
voila!
Next you two.
Okay.
Or why didn't you tell me you knew that person?
I could have had a V8.
Yeah.
So, if you will write that more specifically,
Yes.
I'll come back to you and make sure we got it. We'll go on to Michael.
Okay.
Michael, what is your request?
My request is for webmasters who'd like to increase their business by going back to their customer with something new, which is video.
Okay. Now, as I recall, you don't have any web people in your chapter, do you?
No, we do not.
You don't have any technical people or IT people at all. Okay. So that would be a great request for him. People, webmasters who are putting together websites for whom?
Clients.
All kinds of clients, right? Individuals, companies, the whole deal. And adding a video to the website, an interactive video. Is that used today? More and more marketing is done that way. Even on BNI, we have the same thing. If you go onto our webpage, we have exactly the same thing. Great thing. By the way, who else might be a great referral for you?
Well, anyone that would be doing search engine optimization, photographers, similar category.
Sure. Organizations like BNI was what I was getting at. BNI, there's a whole.
Well, as a matter of fact, speaking of that, tomorrow I'm going to Long Beach to film one of my friends who's a photographer.
There you go. Perfect.
Yep.
So let's go back to your request again, Michael. Would you read it again?
A webmaster
Mhm.
would like to increase their business by going back to their customer with something new that has sticking power, visual communication.
Okay, I'm going to shorten it because I have a short memory.
Sure.
And the second thing is, people will get lost in a request if it goes too long
Sure.
and we can't follow the trail. And it's great that we went through the explanation because now we know why you want to do this particular request. So, webmasters, and it doesn't matter whether it's a corporate or individual, but wants to add a new product, a video, what do you call it, a video? Got a name to it?
I hate to use the word YouTube, but it's similar to a YouTube video.
Okay.
On-
but
online video.
Online video.
Online
People can
video.
identify the word
Yeah.
YouTube. So, what geography do you want to work in?
Orange County.
Okay, great. So your request is for a webmaster in Orange County that wants to add video as another product in his mix. Okay? Excellent. Now that would be a good one. So when you have that done, we'll give it to Lynn. Is yours finished now? Give it to Lynn?
You guys know the #1 site that is searched on to research products and services to purchase? YouTube. YouTube. It is YouTube. Yeah. The #1 most searched site to research because you can find videos on everything that's there. So
Yes.
I'm old school. I know Google. I know you guys laugh because I don't know anything. I got a smartphone. I'm getting there. I can look stuff up on the internet now. I don't have to be at my computer. It's nice. Great. What are you looking for? Yeah, I know. Don't make fun of me.
It's called the internets. I'm looking for youth sports coaches, youth sports directors in Corona Del Mar and Newport Beach.
Very specific. Yeah. Now, I'm going to ask you, instead of saying 2 cities, 1. You may be in more than 1 city,
Yes.
but here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't know somebody, you check.
Yeah.
But if you say Corona Del Mar, but they know somebody in Newport Beach, you're going to say, yeah.
Right.
Right? So let's go over that again.
Youth sports directors and coaches.
Can you give me an example? What a youth sport director or coach would be?
Somebody who puts, for instance, runs a basketball league. One that comes to mind is NJB.
Okay.
For instance, NJB is pretty much they run tournaments all across Orange County. Teams come in from all over the country, all over the city, all over the state, and there was a guy, I don't know if he still works there, Steve Kavalowski, who's been involved with youth basketball and AAU basketball around since the last 20 years.
Okay.
So that individual would know a lot of coaches, and then I can possibly talk about what I can do for them.
So you want to work with the coaches,
I
or
want
you
to
want to
work
work
with
with the parents?
Well, they all they kind of all work with each other. I want to work with the players or the participants.
Got it. Well, now I'm asking these questions
Yep.
because if I don't know, I can't re-explain it. And secondly, if I don't know, there's a good chance other people in the chapter don't know the
Yeah,
reason
sure.
why you want what you want.
Yeah.
Because if we know the reason, chances are we're smart enough to make a link and we can, I don't know that specific request, but I got one for you.
Right.
Now, who would be a great target in your chapter to help you find this? I'm just helping you work this out. Here's a specific. Jennifer, you're wonderful.
No, because my daughter plays basketball.
She said the magic words. The magic word is she's got children.
Children.
And children are probably in some sort of a sporting event. So you really want chapter members who have younger children that are in sporting events because they're going to be connected to those people. So
And I
you
think
keep that in mind.
Okay, I'm going to say the selling point oftentimes is not the kid.
Right.
They can't go, hey kid, you want to train?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, exactly. It's a Sunday, Monday, I don't care. But normally there's other people, decision makers that you have to go into, and most of the time it's the coaches that you have to convince that this is going to be good for them. It's coaches.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Why?
All right.
But let's ask Drew. Why does he want to go to the coach and work with them to get referrals to individual families?
Because he has an influence on the parents.
Exactly. He wants to get a referral from the coach to the families. Make sense? So that's what he's looking for. So let's rephrase that. What is your specific request then? One city. You choose a city.
I'll choose a city. Let me see, where's the coin? All right, youth sports directors, coaches in Newport Beach.
Excellent. That'll be good. So you want an introduction to a youth coach, and what could make his request better?
Age group of youth.
Which
Youth.
I keep saying that.
What was that movie that came from?
My cousin
Yeah.
Vinny.
Youth.
I just say youths or youth.
Every time you said that, I was thinking in the back of my mind, it sounds like something.
Something like that.
Excellent. Okay, so what would make it a little more specific is you could give us an example of someone prominent that's in that position. Maybe you got it out of the sports page or something. That would make it more specific and a great example. And, well, I don't know that guy, but I know the gal or the guy who does my children's deal. Would that be good? You say, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Good. So if you'll write that down, then we'll come by and get it. Fadi.
All right, I would like to meet a general contractor that does home remodeling.
Where?
Newport Beach.
Okay. General contractor. How many kinds of general contractors are there?
Well,
I think that's why it's general, because it's gazillion.
Okay, you're with
general
Union Bank.
contractor
Yes.
specializes in
In
residential home remodeling.
Yeah.
Ah! Did everybody else get that, or was I the only one that didn't get that? Oh. Okay, so you want a general contractor in residential remodeling
Yes.
in Newport Beach?
Yes.
Like who?
I don't have anything specific.
All right, so, but if you were to come back next week and you were going to be really prepared for a specific request from the group,
Yeah.
you'd have a suggestion, a name of somebody. Say, gosh, I know that guy. He's been in the news, but I don't know him, but I know somebody else. Make sense?
Yeah.
You got that on paper? Okay, great.
All right.
Yeah, we read it.
Yeah, in the
General
morning.
contractor,
Home remodeling.
yeah. Because I know Steve Jordan.
Is he your?
He's my guest, yes.
There you go. I understand. This is that mothering, nurturing thing.
Sorry.
Did you see that going? It's wonderful. It's great. I love it. Okay, Jennifer.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I am looking for marketing and branding consultants in, I'm gonna say Newport Beach.
Marketing, branding, consulting.
Marketing and branding consultants in Newport Beach.
All right. I'm going to go back to my real estate commercial. Marketing and branding is pretty broad. Would you agree? Do you have a focus?
No.
So we might need to help you with that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
really don't.
Who are you looking to find and why?
I'm looking to find people, probably more on the branding side, because I do promotional products. So promotional products help with the branding image.
Excellent. Now that's a whole different. But you really want marketing is a function of branding. Branding. Does everybody know what branding is? Branding is a very specific way of identifying a company or a product or a business.
Apple Target.
Like the duck
Exactly.
and Aflac.
And they all have a logo or some icon that we all recognize. We see that. You know, the check is who? Everybody knows. Nike, right? It's just, but it's branded so well.
I'm like, oh, check, yeah, I'm like, check, yeah.
It's a swoosh. See? But you got it. You got it right on. And point being is, everyone that has branded themselves so well, you see golden arches. Who does the golden arches?
McDonald's.
Bingo.
That's McDowell.
McDonald's.
They have the golden arcs.
Yeah.
They've done it so well. You know, their jingle, things go better with. Coke, it's branded so well that you don't even have to. So you really want an introduction. Somebody helps others brand their company. You want more than that, though. I submitted to you that you want somebody who teaches people the value of branding.
Right.
Now, you guys, in the very near future, if I can just beg a little bit of freedom here, I'm going to tell you what you have coming down the road. You're going to hear about BNI branding. So if you have a web page or anything like that, you're going to hear about the need for branding through BNI because we're an international company. And so when you go to a McDonald's store or a 7-Eleven, you expect things in certain places. You expect a certain menu when you go to McDonald's, right? Same thing with BNI. You expect a certain identity. And so in order for us to enhance our branding, you're going to hear more about that through your directors. Just a little hint, you'll hear about it from Wendy, though. It's coming down, so you just be aware. Branding people is who you're looking for. and you want them to help you to sell your promotional products. Everybody got that, right? Okay, so now let's state it a little differently.
So I'm looking for a branding specialist
Okay.
in Newport Beach.
What about the branding specialist is important to you?
What about?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for personal introductions to them so I can work alongside them.
No, we get that.
Okay.
We're looking for a branding specialist that helps people understand the need for a personal brand or a company brand because those are the people who will then be in a position to make recommendations and say, Jennifer provides pens, coffee cups, whatever all you provide. I'm assuming that's what you do.
Okay.
Okay, very cool. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And if you do that, by the way, in Newport Beach. Now, if they don't happen to know somebody in Newport Beach, would Long Beach be okay? Absolutely. But the nice thing is, somebody said it, but you got this internet thing, and you got web, and you can reach anybody anywhere in the world. It doesn't really matter. A lot of businesses are now going, what's that called?
Global.
Thank you. They're going global because they can. And they're not restricted because now the internet allows them to get going. Okay, Jennifer, great. Gabe.
A self-directed IRA investment advisor in Newport Beach.
A self-directed RFI. Say that again.
A self-directed IRA investment advisor in Newport Beach.
Do you not do that?
No, not self-directed. I know what he's talking about.
What's he
So
talking
s-
about?
He's talking about someone who has the structure to allow real estate to be held in an
Did anybody else
And
do
other
that, or am I
Held in a
going-
what, Steve?
In an IRA.
IRA.
So like
I
a
know exactly what
1030.
he's talking about, but I can't
So you've got your retirement accounts that are handled by someone like Steve, and he puts those in mutual funds or stocks or bonds or whatever.
But they have the investment ability to
But a
invest in real estate.
self-directed IRA investment advisor can help someone do their retirement, IRA and invest in real estate.
Okay, now, does everybody understand what he wants to do?
Yeah.
Somebody's got a 401k that they roll over into an IRA. In the 401k, they don't have the option to invest in anything other than whatever the company offers, right? So, he wants somebody that he can be referred to, an investment advisor that does these self-directed IRAs that has the ability to invest in real estate. Pretty slick, right? Because it's a great way of what would be the number one concern for somebody buying real estate? You gotta have a little moolah, don't you? What if you had it in your 401k? Would that make you a potential investor in real estate if you knew that you could? Cool, isn't it? So it's a great idea, but I was confused with the way you phrased it. So let's find another way of phrasing it so that everybody here would know exactly what you're looking for. You're looking for
That
an investment advisor.
an investment advisor, the title of it is self-directed
Right.
IRA. So if we want to, and that's why people talk to other people and they hear them say that that's what they do. That's what, and it'll ring a bell. But an investment advisor that is allowed to have their clients invest their retirement funds in real estate.
Okay, now I'm going to borrow Steve for a second because he can probably help us. What kind of an advisor is he looking for?
Independent.
That's the word we want. You want an independent investment advisor. Why does he want an independent investment advisor?
You don't have company guidelines to follow.
He doesn't have the restrictions of companies, typically, right? Good. So if everybody understands that, so you want an independent investment advisor, that's actually who you're looking for an introduction to, is he not? Now, the reason that he's doing that is for that person's ability to roll over those retirement dollars into a real estate purchase. So if you can kind of shorten up my vociferous way of saying that and then give it to them, that will be specific enough. Everybody have an idea of what that is? Now, by the way, who would be a good candidate for him?
Anybody with a retirement account?
Actually, who's he looking for? Who said that? Oh, you said that. Anybody with a retirement account. He
There's a
wants,
possibility if their 401k is the place they've left, they couldn't roll it out to be self-directed. Or if they had an IRA that's elsewhere, it could be moved over to a self-directed IRA.
yeah. So if you identify an individual who wants to do that. Maybe Steve could refer them to somebody who has the ability to help that happen, and then he can buy the real estate here. But his introduction is to a independent investment advisor. That's what he's looking for. How would you guys know if they're an independent investment advisor?
By their name.
Huh?
By their name.
Exactly. What is it about the name that would make an indication whether they're an independent or not?
Well, that question,
It's not a
If it's not one of the main
Exactly.
Wells Fargo,
Yeah, if it's not a bank, if it's not a, help me out,
Merrill Lynch.
Merrill Lynch or, yeah,
Fidelity.
Fidelity, those guys. So if it's not one of those and he's in that business, then he's independent, or she's independent. Good? Excellent. Vic,
HR manager at Kingston Technology in Fountain Valley.
now what do you do, Vic?
Massage therapist.
Massage therapist. And you want an HR manager at what?
Kingston Technology.
At Kingston. What is Kingston?
They're managers.
Memory chips. So you want the HR manager, Kingston Technology, in what city?
Fountain Valley.
In Fountain Valley.
I do corporate massage. Massage.
Nice. My company's not big enough to have you over, but that's a wonderful idea. So she does corporate massage. So she wants an introduction to the HR manager. Why the HR manager?
They make a decision and know because they make a decision on bringing in to help with the wellness things that our employees help.
Okay, so they're making decisions on whom can come in to offer this. Is it paid by, is it benefit of the company, or is it something that the individual pays?
Both benefit to the company by keeping the employees healthy and de-stressed,
Nice.
and then also then the employees actually plays a part too.
So, very good. This company is one that you already have identified does this sort of thing. Have you identified any other companies that do that?
Like life science, and stuff like that.
Exercise science, okay. So that would be another good referral to you. Does anybody know of another way that she can reach the, because the goal is to reach HR people in companies that allow massage therapists to come in and de-stress their employees, giving them a benefit, I don't know, 15 minutes, half hour, something like that. Anybody else know another way that she can reach the HR managers? There's a,
Other employees, I know someone that works at that company.
employees that could actually introduce you from within the company. That's another way. What's another way?
An association of managers. You know, they probably all belong to some kind of group themselves.
Right, there is an association of HR.
Sure. I was gonna
Sure,
suggest.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And there are local chapters.
There's a group called HRIC, Independent Consultants for Human Resources, they get together once a month, and build this people there.
Now, my question for you, Vic, is would an introduction to an organization that can introduce you to a lot of HR people be beneficial to you? Okay, so, but your goal is to be introduced to an HR person and everybody understands the reason. Excellent. Very good. So you guys have some ideas. We should probably pass out the colored ones.
Colored ones already out.
All right, if you guys are thinking of this, when you hear and you have an idea of whom you can help, Jennifer's had a couple of them already, write them on the colored ones and we're going to stick them up on the board underneath your name. So if you've got that written down, give that one to them. Kimberly, what is your specific request?
HR in hospital, occupational therapy
An HR
manager.
manager in Hoag Hospital or surrounding areas. Okay. What do you do?
I'm a dentist.
And you want to be introduced to the HR for Hoag Hospital. Why?
Well, Hope Hospital is only 5 minutes from where I practice. Yeah, and they have a lot of employees, and I'm sure the hospital provide dental insurance for their employees, so it's convenient to go to that place.
Okay. Now I have a recommendation for the two of you. We can team up on this. Does anybody know of an organization that goes to companies and hosts health fairs?
Yes.
By the way, you can Google those guys. So Jennifer, those companies would be good contacts for you because they can give you introductions to all kinds. Hoag Hospital is a large employer near your office, so that would be a great one. Would another large employer be a good referral for you,
Yes.
other than Hope Hospital?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so you're looking for an introduction to the HR manager at Hope Hospital. Did you give a reason in there why?
No, I didn't.
But in Newport Beach.
Right.
Okay. Is that specific enough? Okay, the only thing that made it better is if you knew the name of the HR manager there. Yes?
My specific request
Mhm.
is the HR director, or HR director coordinator. Her name is Mercedes Messick. She's from Wells Fargo Insurance Services, and she has Hogue as her account.
So you might be able to help her with an introduction.
Well, I'm looking for her too.
We can kill two birds with one stone here, a little help. Excellent.
So Hogue
Okay.
has contracted with Wells Fargo Insurance Services to take care of their employees, so the HR person can deal with people,
Very, very nice.
and the other person deals with benefits.
Now, there's probably a process that any of these larger organizations, Hogue included, that you'll have to go through to be approved as a resource there. But to get into that process, you have to start somewhere. It's probably HR, right? Very, very good. And so both of you could benefit. Yes?
I have an employee that was at home. That was this person.
Excellent. So that's who you would write that on a blue one. Put who it's to, Kimberly in this case. Put your name at the bottom, and then tell her how you can help her. Very good, Kimberly. And you have that written out. Let me take that. You'll notice that Lim's putting these in a semicircular fashion. Now, we're going to go through the rest of these guys and get their specific requests. But if you can think of somebody that you can help, then put it on a colored one, and Lim will be sure to put your name on there so they get back to you. And be sure to put the name of the person who you can help and how you can help on the little colored sheet, and we're going to stick them with their request. So Kimberly, yours then we gave it to him, right? Steve, what is your specific request?
The CFO of Daycor.
Daycor. Now, what would make it perfect is if you had his name
I
or her
don't,
name.
you can't find his name.
What is Daycor?
Daycor is the company that makes high-end kitchen appliances, oven ranges.
Are they
microwaves,
local?
things. They are local. Okay. Locations, Costa Mesa and City Industry.
Okay. The Daycor is specific enough that it's easy enough to if we knew their name. I don't know why. So for me to make a connection, I need to know why you want to meet with the CFO of Daycor.
The CFO controls the decision as to who the advisor on the retirement plan is. I don't want that business.
Gotcha. Does everybody get that? Because he wants to be advisor to Daycor on their investment portfolio.
Yeah, on the company retirement plan.
So you want to help them manage that.
Right.
Okay, exactly. So Daycor is what size of company? They got 2 locations, that much I know. What size of company?
About 500 employees.
500 employees. So that would make it a worthwhile group. Would you want any other company that's about 500 employees?
Any company locally headquartered with over 100 employees, really over 50 employees is a good candidate if you want.
All right, now if you'll permit me, what I'd like to do is restructure your request. And that would be, I'm looking for an employer of 500 or more employees in Orange County, we'll say, to be the advisor on their retirement portfolio. An example would be Daycor, and whatever his name is, the CFO at Daycor, in what city was it?
Say Costa Mesa.
In Costa Mesa. Does that make sense? The reason is within that request, I know really what you're looking for, why you're looking for it, and a great example. And oh, by the way, if anybody here happened to know the CFO of Daycor, that would come out in this process. Is this making sense to you? But if they didn't know anybody at Daycor, but they knew the CFO of another organization that had that many employees, it would be a great introduction. Is this connecting? Okay, good. So once you have that, Vivian.
Okay,
Wow, you got 3 pages there.
I've been refining.
Good, good. What do you got? I love it.
It's not that
By
they're
the
all
time we
awesome,
get to
I'm
the end,
working
it's
towards
perfect. What do you got?
Okay, A business owner or business professional who wants their product or service to get found online, get new customers, and build existing customer loyalty.
Would you read that one more time, please?
A business owner or business professional who wants to get their product or services found online, get new customers, and build existing customer loyalty.
Okay. Somebody restate what she's asking for.
Say it one more time for me.
A business owner or business professional who wants to get their product and or services found online, get new customers, and build existing customer loyalty.
Okay, hold it right here. Stop. The reason I'm having challenges is I can't think of anything because I can't get my arms around what you're actually asking for. Is anybody else in that same boat? Now, if that's the case, you know what you want. But you got to communicate it to us in a way that we can, oh, I know so-and-so. That's the reaction you want from us.
One suggestion is just the pain point. So if someone says, I can't get my message out, or there's too much stuff, right? So if you maybe ask it from the point of pain as opposed to the general sort of desire, maybe that helps.
And your target market is who?
Business owners, business professionals, speakers, personalities.
Okay. Do you want an individual or do you want a small organization or do you
Businesses, that could be an individual if that's, if it's a personality or a speaker, but predominantly small businesses.
and you want somebody that needs to get their message out online?
Yes.
So she has a requirement here that's kind of underlying everything, and maybe you guys got it, maybe you didn't. It took me a while to figure it out. She actually needs to meet somebody who has already identified the need to advertise online. Is that true of every business? Not everybody recognizes the value of that, do they? So you already want somebody who's identified the need to market online. Who would be a great referral for her? Who can help her with a stream of people who have an identified need for marketing online?
So a marketing consultant or strategist.
Okay, that would be one.
Business coach.
Business coach would be another. Who else?
A lot of trainers need to,
Personal trainers? Yeah, you're mostly business trainers though, not physical fitness.
I'd say salespeople.
Salespeople?
What about like as soon as you like file your business and you get your FBN and whatnot, you always get a flood of stuff. I wonder if there's any way you can even tap into that resource of new businesses that are always, opening around town, and they're always going to need things like that.
The legal publications.
Yeah.
That is one way for you to advertise, but if she's looking for a referral, she's more looking for personal contact, and she's looking for a personal contact to a specific request. It's a good specific request. The challenge that we have is we've got to know that they already recognize the need. That's the issue that we have. We've got to know that they recognize the need for web presentation, right?
So she's also looking for webmasters that can
That's my
back
point.
to their
That would be the
customers.
referral for her. A webmaster that you could, what's the term called? It starts with P. Build a power relationship with. A webmaster that creates web pages for people, and they know their clients recognize a need to be on there.
What I do is social media and mobile device marketing systems.
Okay?
Multi-channel, cross-channel, the things that pull stuff together. I pulled away from doing websites because when I started here, there was someone doing that, and I didn't want to exclude that out. For someone else to be able to come in, because my focus is truly the social media marketing.
So you really want to partner with other people who you could bring up. It's an excellent thing. I'm just trying to think of the way that it would work. I'm thinking in terms of webmasters would be a great power team person, but the other one is the business consultant. The business consultant that is helping somebody with branding. Who did we talk about branding? This is the general. So somebody who is helping organizations with branding, helping them to restructure their organization to become more profitable and to market more succinctly, that would be the person that would bring referrals to you because their clients would be the ideal client for you. And you would bring a value add to the people who are in those fields. So I would submit to you that you're probably looking for either a brand consultant or a business consultant? Any one of those three?
I would think she's looking for, now that I know what she does, she's looking for an SEO person. Because the right SEO person doesn't do social media. They only focus on SEO.
Yes.
So,
Perfect.
that's a far better street, because SEO people are looking to put you on top of Google. Well, that's only one form of marketing. What's going to bring them to the website can also be social media. So, go ahead.
Yes, and it's more tactic over strategy, because SEO is the tactic part. But then what you're doing here, then it poops out. So you want something that keeps happening.
Good, so you direct us. Who would be the better contact for you? An SEO?
It's hard for SEOs, and SEOs look more as like, well, we're doing this, we don't really want to do this with you, because I actually do SEO, but very different than most people do, because I'm interested in what's going to be sustainable and keep on rising and lifting so that these things all cross-pollinate each other, and instead of just heighten and dive and heighten and dive.
Okay, so branding is important to you, though. Or maybe
Well, somebody who's involved with branding and because the people that would go to them understand about maybe more strategy than just, oh, that's a cool thing, I want to do that. So this is more a cohesive strategy versus this is a cool thing to do, let's go do that. Dang, that worked really good for a little while, but now it's not sustained.
Okay, now
Somebody looking for a brand person is more involved in more open to strategy.
your end customer is going to be an individual, generally speaking, who already has a need for web presence, recognizes that, and the person that's helping him with the web presence has identified that social media would be a great contact for them, and that they should have that presence as well. So it's usually not the end user that you want to be introduced to. I'm guessing. I'm trying to draw this out so that I understand. Because they honestly have to be taught that they need your services. Does this make sense?
Right.
What would make your business easier, if I'm understanding you correctly, is if you could link up with the professionals that actually put this system together and say, oh, by the way, you need social media as well. I don't do that, but I have the right person. And actually, they may even subcontract you to work with them, and they make that as a part of the whole thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's rephrase this. You're looking for, would you say, a business consultant who puts this whole package together, including branding, so you guys actually might work together on the kind of person that you're seeking. Does that make sense?
I would say like a Marcom consultant, marketing communications outside consultant.
Yeah. There are firms, but you want to work with an individual within that firm.
Right.
Because you want to develop that relationship, and you want to become one of the pros that is a subcontractor to them, perhaps. So, do you have that written in a shorter version than we just went through?
Well, from what we just went through, no, that was my shorter version.
How about if we say something like this? Looking for an introduction. Your introduction is going to be to a marketing individual,
Marketing consultant.
That helps their customer advertise through the web and does not do social media. Now, is that specific enough?
I feel like that's subcontracting out what she does. I feel like that is subcontracting out what she does.
Okay.
I guess I don't feel like that's an accurate referral for her business.
Okay, is it?
And I could be completely alone on this.
Well, it's a great point.
I would say that for whoever it would be good for her to find a specific niche market, whatever it is, whether it's just naming things in the room, skincare, or people who do personal training, or someone who's a realtor, or someone who has a particular body of people that need their service known, so she can network with enough of them to have her service be done. Because I'm not sure that any SEO person, or how many people we're going to find, are going to say, yeah, I don't do that little thing over here. My guess is they're always going to say, oh yeah, I do that too.
They do.
Good thing is, as much as
they do it in a
like with
phase of
insurance and
minimalness.
things like that, you find out that everyone says, no, I only do group health, but I do voluntary. Do I do it always? No, but I mean I can.
Well, that's when I said if it was a consultant, because if it's
I think if she finds the right one, I think it's great.
right.
I think you have I just think for this right now, it's not specific. I think this is almost real vague and almost getting to the point where I don't know anybody who does some kind of. We can't get a web designer in here right now.
Yeah, and you have a good point, because we may have just redesigned her whole marketing thing in this process. The goal is to find something specific that you're looking for that everybody can relate to. If it's an individual,
Well, there's another phrasing they utilize for when people want to position themselves and as an expert in their field online. But part of the challenge of where and what I do is that I understand what it can do. As many like with Steve and Max, we all have an understanding of what we do and that other people don't, and how that's powerful. Where that we fall and fail is being able to disseminate that effectively to someone else.
okay. The challenge here is, what is her challenge, by the way?
The
Anybody?
message.
Finding it.
The message.
Not knowing how
No,
important
message.
it is to be, to have social media and have a social media presence.
Right.
It is a marketing tool, and it is the #1 marketing tool that is sticking right now in this marketing time. That's the difference. What we did 5 years ago is not what's happening today. Social media is it.
You're kind of cutting
Facebook
edge.
is it.
Yeah, and people aren't there yet,
They don't
and what they see
understand
is social
this is
media.
required.
And even when you say social media marketing, they don't hear the last word, they hear social media. But
Well, that's Facebook. I can Facebook
Well,
on my
I can do it
The
myself.
challenge that
Put my
she's
finger on my
having is
cousin.
value proposition. Because it's cutting edge technology, you're having a challenge with value proposition to the client. You're gonna need to work on that, because otherwise we're gonna reinvent your business.
Right.
Truth of the matter is that I'm pretty good at doing that, but it may not help you. What I need concretely is somebody that you can work with and somebody that we can attach to seek an introduction for you. That's what we're looking for, and the ideal business that would do that for you. The best one that I've heard so far, and correct me if I'm wrong, is a web master or web designer.
I'm thinking maybe even a business coach, because I have business coaches that have 2 of them that are very social media conscious, and that's what I use to
But they
promote
don't
my
do
business. No, yes and no, they do and they don't.
Back
But I'm
to Max
thinking,
was saying.
I know,
I do that.
some do, some don't, so I'm thinking both ends.
I think you're right on the business coach. When we talk about marketing consultants, which is a natural place to go, often they end up in larger corps, and I'll let them play with themselves. Because I've turned down big corps, there are people that get it, but that would end up being my life out there, and my passion is more with small business.
So you're probably better off with a web designer that you can develop that relationship with. So
Yeah,
you're looking-
finding the right one. It's very interesting, people who do this kind of stuff, they seem to think they know everything. They don't
Well, here's the
know
interesting
everybody
thing. Out of
else's.
17 people, if everybody brought you one referral, you do a lot of interviews to find the right 1 or 2 that you could work with.
Yes.
Would that help your business?
I'm looking for 3 to 4 web designers now, because they all have different aspects of, how their art and how their things come across for clients.
Okay.
So actually, I should have said
Put
that,
my
should
name
I
down
not
on a
have?
piece of paper
I'm
on a
looking for
blue
3 to
color.
4 web designers.
Just put my name down on a blue and we'll put it under there because I have contact.
Okay.
I think I know, and I think there's synergy between you that'll help you both. So, but on your yellow sheet, by the way, there's no way through BNI that you can reach me, so let me just give you my cell phone number. 949-300-5107. Because the directors can reach me, but I don't think you guys, they don't have access to it. No. Not
We
yet.
do now.
Good point.
Write it down.
Everybody got that? You got that sign?
So let's do that for you, and what we'll put down for you, if you would, on the yellow slip of paper, is a webmaster that can refer you to clients who need social media. We'll say Orange County, to minimize your travel. Okay, good. Wendy, you want to observe? Good. Glenn,
Yes.
what is your specific request?
What I'm looking for are.
Is that a tip?
No.
Oh, okay, I'm all excited there.
Yeah, what do you think?
That was my cut.
So I'm looking for professionals professionals who see and manage risks for their clients, companies or individuals. Specifically, so that might be an attorney, it may be a CPA. So specifically, I'm looking for to meet Brad Hall of Hall & Company, a CPA firm. Again, as they're working through managing risks for clients, one of the things they need, my business being life, disability, long-term care insurance, these are benefits they're going to provide to their organizations and companies to protect them for the future. So for me, it's looking at, again, Brad Hall from Hall & Company.
Okay. So that I understand your business, are you looking to do corporate entities like buy-sell agreements, key man, that kind of thing?
Yes.
Or are you looking for individual kinds of things?
In a specific request, it's for key man, it's for buy-sell, it's for...
All right, so then you want... Now, do all CPAs, he's asking for a specific CPA, do all CPAs do corporate business? No. So you want one, now he's an example, but to help these guys understand what you're asking for, you want an introduction to a CPA that works with companies, and you'll have to define the size of the company. What would the size of the company be?
So under, yeah, it could be under 100 employees.
Okay, 100 or less employees. Why is that important? You can answer this. Why is it important, size?
Well, because the larger market typically have a whole risk management department, right? They own internal people.
Exactly. But I'm just trying to get everybody else to follow here. Does everybody understand that? If it's a bigger company, they probably have somebody within the organization that's already doing that for them. He wants a smaller company that doesn't have it in-house. So, you want an introduction to a CPA firm that works with companies 100 employees or less, like, what's this guy's name?
Brad Hall.
Brad Hall of Hall & Associates in
He's in Irvine.
So that defines his geography, it defines the exact kind of business. And by the way, if you didn't know that CPA that did companies, do you know other CPAs that do companies?
Mm-hmm.
Would that be a good referral?
Yes.
Perfect. So if you'll put that up. Now, anybody be able to help any of these? We've got a few on here. Michael doesn't have anything. Webmaster increase business with video. Actually, we've got a couple of requests for webmasters, don't we?
Yes, I'm doing this.
Okay, so the webmaster for Michael might also be a good one for Vivian. Am I saying Vivian or Vivian?
Vivian.
Okay, you said it differently than I did, okay. All right, anybody have anything else? See, Max doesn't have anything up here. Arch Kirkwood of AJ Kirkwood and Associates, Tustin Electrical Engineers. You know what I didn't do? There was a reason that we went through, but I don't remember what it is now because it's not on this request. Why did we want him?
Because I know his broker's mismanaged account.
Okay.
I know there's some.
Has mismanaged other accounts and he happens to have the same broker.
That's correct.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Pick up. Stranger
Oh.
parties.
Was that what that was? Okay. I'm better now.
I don't explode.
I think we're going to have an issue with people bringing you referrals because they don't understand how they can bring a referral to you from there. Does that make sense?
I could bring up another one that happened to be the only specific name I had today.
Okay. What I'd like to do is rephrase that the way we did over here, and that would be what you're actually looking for, and then use him as an example.
Okay, looking for companies to have between 25 and 100 lives in Southern California.
That require what? Health
They
insurance?
require health insurance. They want to offer benefits.
All right, there we go. Now you're looking for a company between 25 and what?
100.
And 100. So by the way, you guys share the same demographic. You do different things, but you have the same kind of request. So if you find one, you necessarily have a request for him as a power team. Does this make sense? How this starts to tie together? So that's easier for me. If you say I'm looking for companies in Southern California with between 25 and 100 employees who have health insurance, my suspicion is you could probably go in and help them, even if they don't know that they have a problem, help them identify that they have a problem. Either they're paying too much, they don't have the adequate coverage, or something like that.
You're correct. I just don't know how to sum all of that up and do that specific request. request.
Right, all
Especially
you-
for a request, because that's almost like I can fix a problem they don't know they have.
Yeah, that's an LCD. From the MSP that you go to, that's a lowest common denominator. It's one of the things that you do that you could do for your 60-second commercial when you're going around the first time. But for this exercise, all we want to do is identify what you're looking for. Companies between 25 and 100 employees in Southern California. There's a bunch right here locally that you could easily be introduced to. You want the decision maker there, probably HR.
Usually the CEO.
In the smaller companies, they don't have an HR department. They probably have CEO or
Well, and part of that could be people that outsource their HR function to a third party. That would be a good contact.
That would also be a
Those
very
are
good
good
one.
ones.
Very good one. You know who might do that though? Is conflict if you go with ADP, because ADP does that. But there's another one. Who's the other one? Paychex. Paychex does not do that. But if you could, a Paychex rep would be a great referral for you in that case. Perfect. You guys are sharp. All right. Now we're done. We got everybody's specific questions.
No, zoom in.
Oh, zoom in. Sorry. It's not okay. What do you got?
Chief orthopedic surgeon at Hope.
Wow, we go. 2 Hope requests. Yours was Hope too, right? What was your name? Kimberly. Thank you, Kimberly. So, Chief orthopedic surgeon at Hope. You happen to know his name?
No, but I can find out.
Okay. Now, next question is, does anybody know what he does? He's visitor, right? So I don't know what he does. What do you do?
Like chiropractic, acupuncture, sports medicine.
Chiropractor. I mean, the amount makes sense why he wants to know an introduction. Okay. Why do you want an introduction to this particular person?
People who aren't surgical candidates that don't want to go down the medicine route and want to use zone therapy would be a very good potential resource for me. Also, after John Hopkins surgery, every single person is required to go through an acupuncture regimen. And so I can show them that article as well and just introduce them.
Sorry.
to acupuncture.
Okay. So what you're looking for, in this case, what he's seeking is he's seeking an introduction to the general.
This is my general family doctor, but if I can, you wanted it specific, so then I went to the chief orthopedic surgeon.
Okay. And the way to make that more specific is to get his name, but the way we can connect it is to know why you want to do that. So to know that you're a chiropractor and what you're seeking is referrals through him or to become a resource for him to refer you clients.
Right.
Exactly. So if it wasn't Hogan, it was some other hospital that we happen to have a relationship with, that would work as well, wouldn't it?
Yes.
So, but your specific request for Hope is great. Just we need to know the why. So if you'll finish that up, we'll put it up here, and that's the end. Now, anybody have any blue slips that we haven't picked up yet? Yes. And who's it for? Okay. All right, are there any up here who do not have blue? Okay, wait a minute. So we got to go through this again. He's a chiropractor. He's looking for introduction to, I'm going to say it differently, other medical professionals. That surgery, if I'm right, surgery is not the option, so chiropractic and acupuncture maybe.
Exactly. Or even after surgery, they come in.
After surgery for the therapy, what's it called?
Physical therapy.
Physical therapy, there you go. So that's what he's looking for.
It's like a sports medical surgical group.
Absolutely.
Orthopedics.
Even general family doctors. I mean, the second most common reason people go see their doctors is back pain.
Okay.
True.
Hey, you guys made me feel better. Now that Zubin's got something up there, everybody's got something to work on. It really hurts my soul if somebody doesn't. But you will notice that some have more than others. Okay? Now, before you leave here, everybody's going to get these. Your homework assignment is what? Do you remember the 6 I wills, by the way? You say them every time you bring in a new member.
Yeah, I will follow probably on our
That's the one I'm referring to, so you want to follow up on this stuff quickly. So what it may require is that you'll have a one-on-one with some other member of your chapter to find out who it is they know and how they can help you connect with somebody who can bring a stream of referrals to you. Let me ask you a question. if they can help you to get that stream of referrals, will it benefit you?
Yes.
Would your time here today have been worthwhile?
Yes.
Good. Well, thank you. I think I'm just going to pass these out to you, and we're done.
Really
Do you
quick,
end it?
what are these right now?
Leads.
They're leads. That's exactly what they are right now. So it's up to you guys to take this and put it into action, do the one-to-ones, figure out who these people are, and then if you're the person who gave them the lead, then make the phone call. Put them in contact, make this work, get the relationship going, and then they'll become referrals. It's all about farming, So I'll get these all out to you guys. Actually, really quick, who referred to Janet, Tim Stewart, the family launcher? I need your name on the bottom of that, please.
By request, and you're helping them, and they get business out of it, what happens to your credibility?
Goes up.
Now, is it only with that person or everybody in the chapter? Why everybody in the chapter? Right. They're not going to be the only ones that know about it, right? Everybody in the chapter is going to know about it. Now, let me ask you one other question. Since you're a chapter of 15 and you want to grow, what's going to attract other people to your chapter?
Girls.
Absolutely. They came here because they want to build a business, right? Is that not true? So if they can see that your business is growing because you're referring back and forth to each other, you're going to create a dynamic that's going to make you a very attractive group. You're already an attractive group, but you can become more attractive because people can see the value of being a part of your group in particular. Make sense? Cool. Well, I hope your time was worthwhile. I certainly hope you got something out of it. I think most of you did. Let me ask a couple of you one specific question. What is the takeaway that you got out of today, Jennifer?
That we actually can cross our efforts to finding what we need to, because not every, I have a specific need, but mine fits very well in with Vivian and a few others. And
Isn't
so
that
we can
interesting?
I call it cross-pollinate, we can really work together. to
Did you
find
know
what
that
we
before
need.
today?
Not really.
Cool. Anybody else have one that you'd like to offer?
There's more out there. It takes, so we spent an hour on this, and we're clearly not as a group sort of being committed to the referral mindset. That is, sort of, it's there. It just takes a little time and effort to get your mind open to finding referrals.
Excellent. And an excellent point is referral mindset is an advanced training for members only of BNI. MSP is open to anybody, but I would highly recommend go to those things because it helps you on specific points. It will not only help you in BNI, but it will help you with your own practice. So I'm done. We're out of here.
Awesome.
Wait,